2 days ago, 16 years ago, on 7 October 2001, U.S. forces entered into Afghanistan. And the United States, have been fighting consecutively for 16 years. And the majority of that fighting has been done by Army soldiers of one type or another. We're very proud of what they've accomplished. And we have made our nation is recommitted to that effort in order to defeat terrorism and to ensure that our very first objective in going in there is sustained, which is to prevent Afghanistan from ever becoming a platform for terrorists to strike the continent of the United States. So just keep them in mind. This week we brought home the remains of soldiers who are engaged in a global fight against terrorism. Secretary McCarthy and Vice Chief of Staff McConnell and myself attended several dignified transfer ceremonies at Dover. It's a stark reminder of the war we're in. 7 soldiers this week, 5 in combat and 2 in training from Iraq and of course the case of Nigeria, Africa. So I'd ask you all kind of remember that, and I know the American people do, and just keep them in your thoughts and prayers as we go forward. I think you all were in the session just prior to coming here with Secretary Mattis, who gave a really excellent keynote address full of lots of very, very not so subtle guidance to us, the Army. The world, as Secretary McCarthy just said, is a dangerous, increasingly unstable place. And our task remains, number one, has been for 2 years, it really has been for a lot of years, remains readiness. There's always a tension between readiness and future readiness, otherwise known as modernization. But readiness remains, our current readiness, our current formations remains our number one task. But we have to shift gears a little bit because future readiness matters critically. Because believe it or not, the future will be here someday. So we have got to posture the institution to do that. And as we said last year and the year before, when we were going through the various studies, there are no sacred cows here, and we have to be willing and have the courage to make the changes necessary. We have to adapt, as Secretary McCarthy just said, or we die as an organization. You become irrelevant as an organization. So with his initiatives that he just rattled off about fundamentally shifting and changing some of the characteristics of the institution, restructuring the corporation, if you will, which is the largest re-engineering of the corporation, the largest re-engineering of the institutional army in 4 decades, by the way. This is going to be a bad